Hi everybody, and welcome back to our It Pays to Care series. My name is Houda, Employer Education Advisor at Return to Work SA, and I'm again joined by Mary Wyatt from Return to Work Matters. Today's topic is all around flexibility. Flexibility in return to work is really important. We certainly appreciate that businesses do require structure, but having a level of flexibility in return to work is really important. That includes flexibility for workers to attend treatment to aid their recovery. It includes flexibility around return to work, and it includes flexibility around how we support workers, because sometimes despite our best efforts and workers, there can be some setbacks in recovery and injury progression. So ensuring that we have some flexibility about what that return to work could look like at that time is important. And that might look like reducing the current duties that worker is performing, or if you do have a graduated return to work in place, actually taking it back a stage and going back to the previous stage to help the worker catch up around their capacity and where they're at that time.
Houda, really support what you're saying, and the evidence supports what you're talking about. The problem with many health conditions is they're quite variable. And so someone with asthma or a back problem or a shoulder condition might have good and bad days or good and bad weeks. And if the line manager, the supervisor, is flexible with what the person does if they're having a bad day, then you're much less likely to have the person go off work. They can make some minor adjustments at work and keep going, and that's much better for everyone. If there's no flexibility at work, then the worker might feel they've got no choice but to have time off and then go to their doctor, and the doctor will often support them with that. So having that level of flexibility make a really big difference. I saw a chap last week in South Australia, and he was a shearer, couldn't get back to his normal job as a shearer, but he'd gone to work with a friend of his, who's now his boss, who gives him lots of flexibility. So if he has a bad day, there's other work he can do. And that's made all the difference to him being able to get back to work. Another case where the person couldn't lift over 10 kilograms, that meant that 3 or 4 times a day they weren't able to do a particular short-term job. Employer said no, not having them, and then they're gone off work. And so that's disappointing for everyone, including the worker, and costly for the employer. So a small tincture of flexibility can make a massive difference.
Thanks for that, Mary. And yes, we certainly talked about flexibility in being able to access treatment because that obviously helps aid recovery. So flexibility with regards to hours and work days wherever possible is really important as well, because if you do know that a worker needs treatment on a particular day, helping them start sooner or finish later to help accommodate that treatment can be a really great way to demonstrate to the worker that you too value the treatment that they're undertaking, and that you're there to support them in their recovery as well as their return to work.
And we know, don't we, Houda, that if you support the worker, they're much more likely to support you back.
Absolutely.